The much anticipated visit from Johnny Ciao. We're finally here at the end of the newscast now. Johnny Ciao, welcome to CHBC News and to Kelowna. Mwah.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for really gracing us with your presence. You are the rockin' chef.
I've been in the entertainment business now for some 30 years, entertaining entertainers.
You're definitely entertaining us here on the set
Well,
right
thank
now.
you.
We
haven't even gotten started yet. Where do we get started? We're going to need more than a few minutes. But it's so good to be here. You live in beautiful country here.
Thanks. We need to be reminded of that because we're here all the time.
Right.
But you are here in the Okanagan and you have cooked around the world for celebrities around the world. Tell us who you've been with.
I've been with quite a bit of people in their kitchens. I started off doing food in the San Francisco Bay Area for people like the Grateful Dead and Carlos Santana and a lot of the great rock and roll stars who I always idolized. And then moved to Los Angeles and started doing food for people like Marlon Brando and Gregory Peck, some of the more pristine artists of our time. And what happened is, I take and I recreate a lot of my Mediterranean roots. And in California, the ingredients, they're vast, the fruits, the vegetables. So I recreated a lot of the foods indigenous to the Mediterranean. And the new show I'm doing called Culinary Encounters takes me on journeys throughout the world where I recreate foods from each region. I just got back from the UK,
Fabulous.
New Brunswick. So I was in quest of the best water in the world.
And that's what brought you here
That's what brought me here
because
we did a lot of research on water, and I found a product that is actually bottled from a glacier source about 200 miles north of Vancouver past Desolation Sound.
And the fabulous part is this is bottled here in Kelowna.
Kind of looks like substance water.
It's called 10,000 BC.
10,000 BC.
And that's indicative of how pure apparently this water is. Now you've given me a glass of this water.
We should have a toast.
And we will have a toast as you tell us more about what you're cooking for us today.
Today we'll have a little sip.
Thank you.
Today I'm doing the Okanagan prawn burritos. Over the years, cooking for a lot of artists, celebrities, they want to eat fast, and their palates have been well refined. So I've taken a lot of my creative dishes and rolled them up in burritos. We started the dish off today with some garlic and shallot. Very simple. You can get these recipes in my, you want to lift my book up there, that's a copy of one of my books.
Johnny Ciao's Kitchen.
Under 5 to 10 minutes, under $5 to $10, and under 5 to 10 ingredients. A lot of great recipes that everyone can do. And we started off with some garlic and shallot. We added some jalapeno, some orange bell pepper, and some crystallized ginger. Now, the crystallized ginger is basically ginger that's coated with sugar. And I love it because it just gives it such a sweet taste.
Now, is that something you'd find in the spice aisle as well?
You can find it in spice aisles, you can find it at health food stores, at markets, everywhere.
Okay.
And so the last ingredient that's going to go in, we've sauteed this slowly. I'm going to add a little water, because I always like to add a little water and a little wine. We used a little wine from your region actually today. What is this, a Quail's Gate? Aren't these guys local?
Yes, they're down on Mount Boucherie
Always like
Road.
to use the local products. And we'll add I love this. Can you hear it? And you can smell the sounds.
Smell it. I'm waiting to taste it.
And so now the last ingredient are the prawns.
And these are BC prawns.
These are BC prawns, and this will cook in no time. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to put the flame up really high here so we can actually we lost flame. We lost flame, Doris. Here we go. So
you know what's tricky? It's working on a set that we usually don't cook on.
You guys don't have cooking.
Congratulations for getting this far.
So anyway, the prawns go down, and over the years we'll add a little fresh basil, okay?
Very nice.
And what we're going to do then is we're going to roll into our tortillas. These are spinach tortillas. And we'll take a little cheese, and you're going to add a little guacamole I made, which is kind of a simple avocado.
So when this starts heating up and those prawns get pink?
They're going to get pink any second now, right? So, in quest of it, the new show basically takes me around the world looking and searching for ingredients. So what we did is I called the owners of the company, right? And they said, we have to go 200 miles north of Vancouver. I said, how are we going to get there? We're going to swim? We rented this beautiful yacht that was built in 1943 called the Pacific Yellowfin.
Wow.
It is exquisite. And we went on this yacht and went on a journey and cooked up all kinds of food. We also went to an oyster farm run by this couple that just sits there and farms oysters. You want to stir?
Help you out, sure.
Beautiful. I have a sous chef now. And so we brought back some delicious oysters, and we went to the source of the water. So tomorrow I'm going in to film for my new television program the actual process of getting this water, which comes from they bring it down on a barge to actually tankers in Vancouver, which is then transported to Kelowna. And so tomorrow I will check out the actual process of bottling this water. And I'm telling you, our production staff did quite a bit of research on this water. And you can get it in the area.
You can get it here at Waterfront Wines,
Right.
near the Grand Hotel,
Correct.
just down the street on near the Sunset. And you can also get it at Quails Gate Winery, where the wine is from today that you've used to kind of reduce the sauce in here. And it's just lightly scented. I guess white wine, a nice light white wine with seafood.
And I use just a slight bit. I actually do half and half. Little
Right.
wine, little water. Because sometimes if you put too much wine in and you don't cook it enough, you know,
Too much of the flavor comes off.
Too much. And sulfites start to arise. And so I kind of like to keep the wine. That's a joke, by the way.
Okay.
I like to keep it very simple. Most of my cuisine is very simple. Like I said, under 5 to 10 minutes, under $5 to $10, under 5 to 10 ingredients, and you can check it out on my website, which is Johnny Ciao, or go to your website, I guess. Are you going to link me?
We're gonna find out if we can make that happen. But you know what? We're gonna take a break here. We will come back again with Johnny Ciao. More Johnny Ciao, just
We'll
when we
be back.
return. Welcome back to CHBC News, here with Johnny Ciao, the rockin' chef from New York. And now we are putting the prawns and topping them off with cheese.
We did this mixture. We started this off quickly to recap the recipe with some garlic, some shallots, some crystallized ginger, a little bit of jalapeno, orange bell pepper, basil, and the prawns. Simple as could be.
Top it off with the guacamole.
Topped it off with a bit of guacamole, some cheese. Let me see how you roll that burrito.
I don't
and
know.
I'll show you how I do it.
I have no Spanish roots, but I'll try.
That's
So
a beauty. I like that.
I kind of made it into a wrap.
A wrap. It's a wrap.
All right, so if you put that on top.
And what I like to do with these, especially when you're entertaining at home, you know, you want to cut them up into pieces. You'll take it and you'll roll like so, where you roll in, one turn, flip it in, and this way it's closed. Follow?
Ah, yes.
This way, when you
That's
have
why you're
guests,
the
and I'll
expert.
feed you this one because I think you're going to wind up with a nice mouthful of. And I don't have a knife on the set. Can
That's
you believe
okay.
All right, let's eat
Well,
our burritos
you've cooked
then.
for Willie Nelson.
I have. I've done Willie Nelson picnics. Awesome. The best with Willie, Will, and Jennings, Merle Haggard, Jesse Coulter, David Allen Coe. I know you have a big presence of motorcycle types in this town, right? That's
yes.
really cool because at Willie Nelson picnics, we had all kinds of bikers coming out. We had a blast. I just finished one of the episodes with Commander Cody, who's another famous music legend. And he never does interviews.
Are you a music legend?
Not a music legend,
You've
not
brought
yet.
your instrument and you've alluded to the fact that you can play.
So why don't you then eat your burrito
Do you
and
know
I'll
Willie
play
Nelson?
for you. I do know Willie Nelson.
Okay. Entertaining.
All right.
You go.
We'll pick it up.
Johnny Ciao. You never know who's going to drop by on CHBC News. You can get his book. You can watch him on the Food Network, PBS, and he might bring a show here to Canada. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have a
I've had
good
a great
day.
time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.